On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an average rating of 6.9/10. On Metacritic, the film has an average score of 72 out of 100. Despite this, it has received a lot of negative reviews. Critic Jorge Negrete of Cine Premier gave it 1.5 stars, calling it an artificial vision of Mexico.
This director tries to be disruptive with a, wow, story that is a little out of the ordinary and breaks patterns, but what's the point of breaking patterns if they end up being a look from above at those below? It's just another bourgeois work on the problems of the third world. Latin America equals Mexico. It really seems like the script was written by an AI.
Terrible performance. This is a film that promised to be a daring and transgressive work, but unfortunately falls short in its execution. The narrative, which mixes comedy, drama and musical, feels disjointed, with tones that clash with each other and hinder the viewer's immersion.
This movie has deeply disappointed me, especially since I am a Selena fan and had high expectations. As a Mexican, it is even more shocking to see how it addresses real problems in our country, but without managing to portray them in an authentic or respectful way. The most frustrating thing is that, considering the level of production and resources that these types of projects usually have, much higher than those of Mexican films, the result should have been much more worthy.
I have never reviewed a movie in my life, but this has forced my hand. I truly believe that cinema dies with this movie. The fact that this movie has the same or even more Oscar nominations than masterpieces like Shawshank Redemption, Forrest Gump, or even The Silence of the Lambs, discredits the awards to a level that I cannot explain.
I went to see it without high expectations, but it still managed to deeply disappoint me. As a Mexican, I think this film addresses sensitive issues in our country from an approach lacking empathy and research, which is offensive. The acting is just one of the many problems it drags along. The poor translation reflects an evident lack of research into the culture and reality of Mexico, perpetuating stereotypes and basic errors that are unacceptable in a production of this level. But what is most alarming is how it trivializes extremely sensitive issues such as drug trafficking and the disappearance of people, turning them into a musical that borders on comedy. This not only demonstrates insensitivity, but also a lack of respect towards the victims and their families.
The most offensive, mediocre, boring and stupid movie of the year. Emilia Perez is nothing more than the wet dream of an ignorant, untalented and idiotic man who wants to appear progressive without making a real effort to improve the representation of cultures and other people's suffering. A narcissistic and conceited man who believes he has the talent to create any kind of peace and is congratulated for it.
Hasta me duele la pinche vulva nada más de acordarme de